I'm Seika.
Hey, and I'm Brian.
And we're making a baby.
Oh, yeah.
So welcome to our pregnancy party. We are updating you guys throughout this pregnancy leading up to our first child. If you'd like to join for previous episodes, chickadee check it out. You can find it on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe, and you can see all of the videos, including the secret ones that we were posting just for ourselves in the beginning before we'd made public this pregnancy. So that's been really fun. Brian's just checking in on the audio because
it keeps breaking and we have no idea why. But it says we're going, so.
It says we're going. So it's time to have some fun with this. We're going to tell you about some of the changes we've been experiencing. I'm going to check in with Brian about his experience being a pregnancy partner. And we will do some guessing of some of the symptoms.
I'll try to give the same answers I did just a minute ago
when we recorded without sound. Anyway.
The sound went out at some point. Anyway.
So we'll go through some of the symptoms. We'll talk about this amazing pregnancy app. It's not sponsored. We just think it's so cool to be able to visualize the baby. And that's what this show is all about. So you can always connect with us on Instagram, on YouTube, or the blog at For Goodness Sakes. And let's see. One of the interesting things that a lot of people who aren't pregnant or don't have a pregnant person that they love and know well that's going through pregnancy right now might not know is about how strange the environment is with it being pregnant during this bizarre time of 2020. Because pregnancy is, you're often going to see medical professionals regularly throughout the whole pregnancy. There's a lot of opportunity for people to get, spread germs and do all of that. And so there have been some crazy things that have happened in the beginning when COVID, the world was made aware of COVID. Some wild things were happening. I think in some hospitals in New York, it was a standard practice for partners to not be allowed in the hospital, that pregnant people had to go in by themselves, which is just
crazy. So
crazy to think about. Now I don't believe that's a standard practice. Some of the other crazy things that have come up are that mothers and partners are tested for COVID shortly before going in to give birth, and if they show up positive, either the partner can't go in or the baby's quarantined from the mother after birth. So really gnarly stuff that people are dealing with going into this.
Yeah. Hopefully that's something we have to deal with either.
Right. And it likely won't be. We do not plan to we don't plan to be a hospital birth. So that's going to give us more opportunity, more flexibility for what we end up doing. But that's some of the stuff that we're just very aware of today with everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to check in with you, honey. Tell me, what are some of the things that you've been experiencing, and be that through the pregnancy experience or kind of thinking ahead to the future of becoming a dad?
Yeah, I think in terms of us being pregnant and how that's kind of changed my life, I think the biggest way it's changed is how I'm just more aware of how much you're doing and how we need to have you taking more breaks and putting your feet up and just doing more relaxing, because your body's using a lot more energy to grow a baby, and plus things are harder, and so you just have to kind of make a little peace with maybe not getting quite as many things done, but getting a lot of relaxing done. And so
that's hard.
Trying to do a few more things around the house and bring you fruit and do silly things like that I think go a long way.
That's huge. When I don't know that I'm hungry or my stomach starts acting up if I don't eat regularly. So having fruit has been so easy on my stomach this whole pregnancy. Even when I'm feeling really nauseous and nothing sounds good and I feel icky, fresh fruit is like, great. I can eat it. I'm going to enjoy it. It'll stay down. So that's been really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about thinking about becoming a dad?
Oh, man, I still don't think it's really hit. Probably once we get the nursery ready and once like we get a little bit closer, once I can feel the baby kick, I think once we start to hit some of those milestones, I think it'll feel a lot more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I kind of feel the same way. Like, even though I can feel the baby kick, it's just hard to wrap my mind around a future that I don't yet know. I don't yet fully understand. I think the closest I can get to is, this will sound silly for people who don't have dogs or cats, but like I love our dog so much, and the way that I feel when I like look at him sleeping, and then I keep reminding myself that my mom is like, you're gonna love your baby even more than that. I know it's hard to imagine, but you're gonna love him even more than you love Cosmo. And I'm looking at Cosmo's walking around making noise right now, and I'm like, all right, that I'll just keep my mind, like that's how I'm trying to like orient myself and try to understand it is.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's really big, and people say that you like can't prepare yourself. It's gonna be crazy, and so I think I believe that. I think it's gonna be this thing that you can't really get yourself ready for, and it's just gonna happen, and all you can do is be open and willing to kind of go along for the ride.
Yeah. Yep, that's the truth. So we have this really cool pregnancy app, and well, actually I've got like 5 that I check pretty regularly. And work life has been so crazy lately that frankly it's taken, I'm not doing my journaling and stuff that I usually really like to do because work's been taking up kind of all of our bandwidth. But I do like to still check the apps. And this app, Pregnancy Plus, I don't use it for the information much. I think it has some information, but I don't use it for that much. But the visuals are amazing. So let's show them what it's like.
Yeah, so this is just like a picture of your baby. We're at, this is for week 20. So we just finished week 20. But this this is just an image while Seika gets the dog. This is like a zoomed out image, but if you click this button, you can see full size, which is just wild. Look how big he's getting. He's getting so big.
He fits right in there. Can you believe that?
Whoa.
It's pretty amazing.
This is like not even halfway either. Like
yeah.
From
right.
conception.
He's gonna come out baby sized.
It's wild.
It's totally wild.
Yep.
All right, next part up, you want to go through symptoms for week 19 through 21?
Yep.
All right.
19 through 21?
I think so.
Okay, jumping ahead. Okay. So increased appetite. I don't think you've really had increased appetite. I haven't noticed that. Maybe a tiny bit.
I think that's true too. I don't measure my food like ever, so I wouldn't know if I was eating like a little bit more, but I don't think I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Stretch marks. 90% of women develop stretch marks, and apparently they can start now. But I don't think you have any stretch marks.
I don't think so either. The only reason I'm wondering is I don't know what they look like when they come in. So like if they were like bright pink, then maybe I would notice them. But if they're just like, I don't know, if you'd have to like look really carefully, maybe I just haven't like looked in the right spots. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Wouldn't they be on your belly?
Probably.
Okay.
I definitely haven't seen anything on my belly.
Yeah, me either.
They could also be on my butt or my boobs. And I don't think I've noticed them there either.
All right, constipation. I think you've had this at some point, but I don't think you're having this now.
Accurate.
Okay.
I don't know if yeah, anyway. Yep.
Okay. Faintness or dizziness. I think we've talked about that one before. You've had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And the big one now is backaches. This one's all the time.
All the time. Well,
it comes.
That's
yeah,
right. It's not. It's every day, and it hits at some point during the day. Usually, like between 4 and 6 p.m. And then it's crazy. And I describe it better as back fatigue than back pain. So like I've hurt my back before and it's been awful, and this doesn't feel like that. This feels like there are a bunch of little stabilizer muscles in my back that are exhausted. Like if I was doing a bicep curl over and over and over again, your muscle's like, okay, I'm done, that's too sore. It feels like that's what happens to my back every evening.
Whoa.
It's wild.
Stuffy nose. I do not think you've been having stuffy nose.
But I have.
But you have.
And it's not coronavirus. It's pregnancy nose. Pregnancy nose.
Okay, week 20, heartburn and indigestion. You've definitely had heartburn. A lot of heartburn.
Yes.
Yep.
I have. And I've never had heartburn before pregnancy, and so it's really strange to be feeling it now.
Okay. Headaches. I think you've had some, but I think they've winded down a bit.
Yep.
Okay.
I've also been taking a really great magnesium supplement. I was taking just Natural Calm, and my doctor said sometimes people need a little bit more than that. And so I have a magnesium supplement, and that's what my doctor at least attributes lack of headaches to.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Leg cramps.
I have not. Thank goodness. Oops, you're supposed to
That was
answer.
going to be my guess.
Oops. Yeah, but people say they're awful, so I'm really, really lucky that I'm not feeling that.
It's pronounced edema?
Yeah.
Swelling of the feet and ankles. I think just maybe a little bit.
Yes, I have.
Okay, just a little bit or more than a little bit?
I think on the scale of how bad people can swell, it's probably not very bad, but to me, it feels very noticeable. Like it hurts, you feel that throbbing and heat in your feet and lack of mobility. Okay. So yeah, it's annoying. I've had varicose veins since I was like 12. Thanks, Mom. Just kidding. She feels bad enough already. And they're only going to get worse with pregnancy. So I'll figure out at some point what sort of treatment to do for that. But
yep,
that's what we're working with.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's it for those 2 weeks.
Wow, that's it? What about baby?
Oh, baby. Yeah, let's do
Oh,
that.
baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Let's do that.
All right, so baby week 19. Okay, here we go. The baby's sensitive skin is now covered in Vernix caseosa.
Yeah.
A greasy white cheese-like coating that protects his skin from being wrinkled at birth. What does that mean?
I don't know, but
wrinkled at birth? Aren't babies wrinkly?
Babies are pretty wrinkly.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
Should they have more of this?
I hope not. It sounds gross.
Oh man. The vernix develops. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's it. That is this. Yep. Sorry. I'm a little slow.
No?
And then let's jump to week 20.
Oh, they just give you one item?
Just for week 19,
okay.
Just the one. I don't think there's that much interesting happening at 20 anymore.
It says you got a big old baby.
Yeah, but you
got a big old baby in your belly. That's what it says.
Bigger. Yep. Weight is about 10 ounces.
Wow.
Which we had our ultrasound.
And
recently.
He was significantly bigger than that.
Was he? Was he 13 ounces?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yep. So we just had our anatomy ultrasound. All was good on that front. So that's exciting. Anatomy ultrasound is when they check to make sure all of the structures are where they're supposed to be. The brain looks like it's forming correctly. The heart is forming correctly. The legs and leg bones connected to the hip bones, connected to the arm bone. Nope.
I was nerding out pretty good too, because he took the technician had the ultrasound machine, and he was clicking and he was able to measure things, see how round it was, measuring a lot of stuff that I didn't really know you could do. And then with all those measurements, they were able to calculate the weight based on that information.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
It was really cool. That was a really cool process.
And he also confirmed that baby is a boy.
Yep. That was cute. So that's our third.
Yep.
Yep. We've also been really active. That's been amazing. I know it's strange and a lot of people don't feel this way, but my body's happiest when I'm getting cardio exercise. So hiking, I'm a spin instructor in normal times. I haven't been on a bike in a while. But I love cardio. I love running. I haven't been able to run since being pregnant. So hiking is the way that I get my heart rate up and get to be in that kind of elevated state where my endorphins are just blasting me and I feel amazing. And we've gotten to do some really awesome hikes lately. I have some maternity gear that's made hiking really comfortable because it has a slight compression effect, and so it helps blood flow, and it straps in my belly, and that's been really, really comfortable. So that's been really great. We'd love to share with you guys any items that would be really useful for you if anybody's going through pregnancy or curious about becoming pregnant. Some of the top requests that I've gotten through social media are for plant-based or vegan-friendly pregnancy supplements, and I've got a list of that, and I've got a blog prep that kind of has everything that I'm using. And then some of our favorite books. You have a couple that might be interesting to mention.
Yeah, so far I've been listening to We're Pregnant on Audible, and that's a really cool book that's made for dads that kind of walks you through a lot of the same information that mom is probably getting elsewhere, but kind of from the dad or the supporting partner's perspective, and it gives you a lot of tips for how to take care of your wife and the house and prepare for baby. And so it's really cool. I really like it. And then the other book I've started reading is called The Birth Partner, and that's also written for any person who's helping someone who's having birth, and gives you a lot of that same information. And they're both really good, have slightly different approaches. The Birth Partner is more about the birth process specifically, and We're Pregnant is more about the whole pregnancy. So I highly recommend both. It's really cool to take in that information where the audience is someone like me. It's just a little bit different, and it's a little bit more engaging in a little ways. Yeah, those are really great, and there's some really great content out there, audiobooks and some podcasts. Of course, our video podcast, which is a fun way to share information. So let us know. Feel free to reach out to us on social accounts. Whoa. And to let us know what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to hear. And you can also catch us on Lunch Break Live on September 4th coming up. I didn't even know that. Let's go.
Surprise. So that'll be fun. Cooking with the Belly. Yeah. And otherwise, we'll be back shortly to share with you some more pregnancy updates as we get closer and closer to baby being in the world.
Perfect.
Thanks, you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.